The battle for greatness begins in one place, the mind. Your mind is the birthplace of your actions, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. If you wish to transform your life, you must first discipline your mind. You cannot allow your thoughts to wander aimlessly, reacting to every distraction that comes your way. Mastery over your thoughts is the essence of true freedom. Discipline starts by understanding the power of focus. Whatever you consistently think about, you invite into your life. If you focus on your limitations, you'll see obstacles everywhere. But when you focus on growth, opportunities unfold before you. To discipline your mind means to guard it, diligently protect it from negativity, fear, and doubt. You must consciously decide each day to set your thoughts in alignment with your purpose. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant there will grow. Plant thoughts of success, growth, and positivity, and that's exactly what you'll harvest. Every day we are bombarded with distractions, social media, endless notifications, the opinions of others. These distractions weaken our mental discipline and pull us away from our purpose. To discipline your mind, you must eliminate these distractions. Make a decision today to separate what truly matters from what is mere noise. A disciplined mind knows that focus is its greatest asset. It knows that what you water will grow and what you starve will die. Stop watering distractions and start nourishing your goals. You also need to train your mind just like you would train your body. Consistency is the key to discipline. Make it a habit to meditate, reflect, and focus on your goals. Write affirmations that uplift you, read books that inspire growth, and surround yourself with people who challenge you to be better. Training your mind is not a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. Daily, you must engage in practices that strengthen your mental muscles, because mental strength is the foundation upon which all success is built. Above all, remember this: a disciplined mind seeks long-term rewards, not instant gratification. Our world is obsessed with quick fixes. Everyone wants success overnight, but true achievement comes from discipline over time. To discipline your mind means to develop patience, to plant seeds today and wait for them to grow. It's choosing to stay committed to your vision, even when the results are not immediate. It's the ability to say no to what feels good now, so you can say yes to what is great in the future. Disciplining your mind is the key to unlocking your greatest potential. When you master your thoughts, you gain mastery over your life. Train your mind, remove distractions, focus on your purpose, and embrace long-term thinking. With a disciplined mind, there is nothing you cannot achieve. True discipline starts in the mind, because everything you do, every action you take, first begins as a thought. Your thoughts are the seeds from which your reality grows. If you want to live a life of purpose, abundance, and success, you must first gain mastery over those seeds. Most people do not realize the power of their own thoughts. They allow negativity, doubt, and fear to take root, unaware that these thoughts are shaping their future. The mind is incredibly powerful, but it is also malleable, which means you have the ability to mold it and guide it towards what you want. To master your thoughts, you need to take full responsibility for what you allow into your mind. This means being vigilant, not letting every piece of external information influence how you see yourself and your potential. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind. Just as you wouldn't let a stranger into your home, you shouldn't let random negative thoughts take residence in your mind. Mastering your thoughts involves consciously choosing which thoughts to nurture and which ones to reject. You have the power to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. The mind, when left undisciplined, often gravitates towards fear and limitation. But with effort, you can direct it to focus on possibilities rather than obstacles, on hope rather than despair. Mastering your thoughts also means speaking positively to yourself. The words you say to yourself shape how you think. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, or that success is for others but not for you, then that will become your reality. But if you start to affirm your strengths, focus on your capabilities, and envision your goals, your mind will align with those beliefs. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about consciously directing your mental energy towards building a foundation that supports growth, resilience, and success. A disciplined mind is not free from challenges. It is simply trained to navigate them with strength and purpose. To master your thoughts, you also need to surround yourself with the right influences. The people, environments, and information you expose yourself to have a significant impact on your thinking. If you are surrounded by negativity, by those who tell you that you cannot achieve your dreams, it will be challenging to maintain a positive, disciplined mind. Instead, seek out those who encourage you, who have a growth mindset, and who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. What you feed your mind shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your life. Master your thoughts, and you will ultimately master your destiny. The world today is full of distractions that constantly compete for our attention. These distractions are not just physical, but also mental, and they are among the biggest obstacles to disciplining the mind. To truly achieve mental discipline, you must eliminate these distractions, or at least minimize their influence on your thoughts. Mental distractions come in many forms: worries about the future, regrets about the past, comparisons with others, and the endless noise of the digital age. Every notification, every unsolicited opinion, and every unnecessary worry pulls you away from focusing on what really matters. Eliminating mental distractions starts with awareness. Many people are unaware of how much time and mental energy they waste on things that add no value to their lives. They let themselves get caught up in social media, obsessing over others' achievements, or worrying about situations they cannot control. These distractions drain mental energy and weaken focus, making it harder to align your actions with your true goals. To overcome this, you need to become aware of what distracts you the most. When you identify the source of these distractions, you can start to make deliberate choices about where to direct your attention. Another important step is setting boundaries, both mental and physical. Discipline is about creating space for what is important and guarding that space from anything that might disrupt it. You must set boundaries on your time and your mental energy. If certain activities do not contribute to your growth or well-being, learn to say no to them. Choose specific times to check your phone or social media instead of letting them dictate your day. Set limits for worrying. If a thought isn't helpful, let it go. A disciplined mind is not constantly reacting to external stimuli, but instead remains proactive, focused, and in control. Your environment also plays a key role in eliminating distractions. Create an environment that supports focus. This means a clutter-free space, a schedule that prioritizes your key tasks, and habits that nurture your mental health. When you simplify your environment, you simplify your mind. The more clutter you remove, the more energy you free up to focus on what truly matters. Your environment isn't just physical, it's also the people around you. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage focus and growth, rather than those who pull you into unnecessary drama and distractions. Ultimately, eliminating mental distractions is about making a conscious commitment to yourself. It's about recognizing that your time and attention are valuable resources and choosing to invest them in ways that align with your goals and purpose. When you eliminate distractions, you clear the path for what you really want to achieve. You allow your mind to operate at its full potential, undisturbed by unnecessary noise. A focused mind is a powerful mind, and the first step towards focus is clearing out anything that is not serving your higher purpose. A disciplined mind is most powerful when it is driven by a clear sense of purpose. Purpose is what gives your thoughts direction. It is the internal compass that guides your actions and decisions. Without a purpose, the mind easily becomes scattered, swayed by every distraction and circumstance. But with purpose, your thoughts become aligned and every action you take becomes meaningful. Having a purpose-driven mentality means knowing what you are working towards and why it matters. This sense of clarity fuels mental discipline because it gives you a reason to push past obstacles and maintain focus, even when things get tough. Purpose helps to filter your thoughts, allowing you to concentrate on what is truly important. When you are driven by purpose, you naturally prioritize thoughts that serve your goals and dismiss those that do not. You become less reactive to outside influences and more proactive in making choices that move you closer to your objectives. This kind of clarity keeps you focused and helps you to avoid the pitfalls of procrastination and indecision. When you have a strong why, you are more willing to take disciplined actions because you know the greater picture you are working towards. To cultivate a purpose-driven mentality, you must first take the time to define your purpose clearly. Many people struggle with mental discipline simply because they do not know what they truly want. They may have vague ideas about success or happiness, but without a clear, specific vision, their minds have nothing to hold on to. Take time to reflect on what drives you, what brings you fulfillment, what impact you want to make, and what values matter most to you. Once you have a clear sense of purpose, every thought and action can be weighed against that purpose. If it aligns, it's worth your time. If not, it becomes a distraction to be discarded. The purpose also brings resilience. Discipline is not just about focus during easy times, but about maintaining it even when you face challenges. When you are driven by a deeper purpose, setbacks and failures do not defeat you. Instead, they become stepping stones, lessons that guide you forward. A purpose-driven mentality gives you the motivation to stay the course when the road gets difficult. It strengthens your resolve, allowing you to push beyond comfort zones and take the disciplined actions required to achieve your goals. Having a purpose-driven mentality also allows you to live intentionally. Instead of allowing life to happen to you, you take charge of your direction. This kind of intentional living makes discipline easier because you are constantly reminded of the significance behind your actions. Your purpose is the fuel that keeps you going, the reason behind your discipline. It turns mundane tasks into meaningful actions, transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth, and keeps your mind focused on the ultimate vision. When your mind is driven by purpose, discipline becomes less of a struggle and more of a natural response to living a meaningful life. Consistency is the foundation of all growth, and nowhere is this more true than in training your mind. Just as you would train your body to become stronger through regular exercise, the mind requires consistent effort to build discipline and resilience. It's not enough to have a positive thought or set a goal. Once you must revisit, reinforce, and recommit to those thoughts and goals every day. This process is what strengthens your mental muscles and allows discipline to become second nature. One of the most effective ways to train your mindset is through daily habits and routines that encourage growth. Whether it's practicing meditation, journaling, reading inspiring material, or repeating affirmations, consistency is what helps these practices take root in your subconscious mind. When you engage in these habits regularly, you are essentially rewiring your brain, training it to focus on what is important and filter out what is not. Over time, these small, consistent actions compound into powerful mental shifts, giving you the discipline and clarity needed to pursue your goals. Mindset training also involves challenging your comfort zones on a consistent basis. The mind, like the body, grows when it is pushed. If you want a disciplined mind, you must train it to endure discomfort, to push through obstacles, and to keep going even when the initial motivation fades. This requires doing the hard things even when you don't feel like it, waking up early, finishing that project, taking care of your health. Every time you push yourself to do something uncomfortable, you are training your mind to become stronger and more disciplined. Consistency in this practice is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's important to remember that setbacks are part of the process. Training your mind is not about being perfect, it's about showing up consistently, even when you make mistakes. There will be days when you struggle to maintain focus, when distractions get the best of you, or when doubt creeps in. The key is not to let those moments define you, but to get back up and recommit to your mental discipline. Consistency isn't about never falling, it's about always getting back on track, no matter how many times you stumble. Over time, the act of getting back up itself becomes a habit, and you develop a mindset that is resilient and unshakable. Training your mind consistently also means feeding it with the right influences. Just as your body needs the right nutrients to stay healthy, your mind needs positive and empowering input to stay disciplined. Surround yourself with content, people, and environments that challenge you to grow. Consistently expose yourself to ideas that push you to think bigger and aim higher. Avoid the mental junk food of negativity, gossip, and distraction, and instead nourish your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and purpose. This consistent exposure to the right influences will help shape your mindset and create a strong foundation of mental discipline. Ultimately, the power of consistency in mindset training lies in its ability to create transformation. It's the everyday choices, the small but consistent efforts that lead to big changes over time. Discipline is not a one-time decision, it's a lifestyle built on the foundation of consistent action and effort. The more you train your mind with intention, the more natural discipline will become. It will no longer be something you have to force, it will be part of who you are. One of the greatest challenges to mental discipline is the tendency to prioritize short-term gratification over long-term rewards. The human mind often craves immediate satisfaction, whether it's indulging in a distraction, avoiding a difficult task, or settling for what feels comfortable. However, true success and fulfillment are the results of focusing on long-term rewards. A disciplined mind is one that has learned to look beyond the momentary comfort and to keep its eye on the bigger picture, the vision that takes time, effort, and consistency to achieve. Focusing on long-term rewards requires a shift in perspective. Instead of being swayed by what is easy or comfortable in the present moment, you must develop a mindset that sees beyond the now. You must train yourself to recognize that every action today is either moving you closer to or farther away from your ultimate goals. When you focus on the long term, you understand that discipline is not about denying yourself pleasure, but rather about making choices that lead to greater fulfillment in the future. It's the difference between sacrificing a short-term indulgence and investing in something that will yield much greater. In conclusion, disciplining your mind is about taking control of your thoughts, eliminating distractions, cultivating a purpose-driven mentality, and maintaining consistency in your mindset training. It is about shifting your focus from short-term gratification to long-term rewards, understanding that true fulfillment and success come from a disciplined and intentional approach to life. The journey towards mental discipline requires effort, patience, and resilience, but the rewards are invaluable. A disciplined mind is a powerful tool, one that can overcome challenges, achieve goals, and ultimately create the life you desire. Start today by mastering your thoughts, eliminating distractions, living with purpose, training consistently, and keeping your eyes fixed on the greater vision. With a disciplined mind, there is no limit to what you can achieve.